got little girls, you've got young boys, you seem to have all ages here.
Oh, indeed. It's not like a boxing or a wrestling crowd. It's much more family-oriented because so many more people are involved in the martial arts for self-defense and for exercise, and so that there's a base of the entire family. You see much more women at the kickboxing than you would at a boxing event, and children as well.
How popular is the sport, say, in Britain? Is it growing in popularity, or is it in pockets in various parts of the country?
I think that would be a fair statement of a couple of years ago, but it seems to be through the popularity of the martial arts movies, such as Karate Kid and the movie The Kickboxer, spreading and spreading more. I know that I can speak that it is in the States. It's one of the fastest growing sports at home now, and I think it's sweeping Europe as well.
Well, Ronnie Green's getting a tremendous amount of support from this crowd. They're really trying to lift him.
Indeed.
Master Toddy giving some final sage words of advice to his protege from Manchester.
This is bout is set in the lightweight division, 135 pounds. Scheduled again for 5 rounds under full Thai rules. Ronnie Green is 4 times world champion, and Sombat is the current Thai champion, the International Muay Thai Federation world champion, and the most popular and famous kickboxer in Thailand. A very classic matchup.
And it shows what you just said, Dale, shows the strength of the task that Ronnie Green has got. It really is a forbidding task for him.
Certainly is.
Well, the fight everybody's been waiting for.
Yes. A good opening kick by Ronnie Green. And a good defense. Sombat's specialty is the right leg round kick. That's what we should watch for.
It's a pretty wicked-looking blow.
It is. He uses mostly the right side of the body, the right knee, the right leg, the right elbow. He's not much of a puncher, though. A good combination. Ronnie Green countered and came back with a beautiful 3-technique combination. And that's something we haven't seen much today from the Europeans, is coming back in combinations. It's always been 1 or 2. And Ronnie always works in combinations of 3, 4, and 5. That's what makes him so good. That, and he's a very smart fighter. Seems to be a vicious scar on the top of the head of Sombat, where maybe he received an elbow or a headbutt in a recent bout. You see, it actually parts his hair.
Well, nothing in it at the moment. It's early doors yet, but absolutely nothing between them at this moment in time.
That's true. Yeah, beautiful leg kick by Ronnie. That hurt. He brought the bone of his shin right across the thigh of the Thai fighter, and that hurts.
1 minute to go in the first round. Ronnie Green of Manchester putting up a great show.
Looking again, I'm looking for a combination from Ronnie Green. That's the key to victory for him, is to fire in combination. Just like that. 1-2 punch and then the kick. It was beautiful. Again, beautiful.
Counter.
It's working well for Ronnie Green. Hand, and then foot combination. Hand, foot. He's used it 3 times in this round, and it's landing well. Ronnie's using a feint well there, faking him, making him make a move. A good round for Ronnie Green. I might score it for him.
Well, that's it. That's the first time a European fighter has shaded around.
I think you're right. Ronnie Green using the combination. Very good, and it carried him the first round, in my own opinion.
The point, I suppose, Dale, is this. I mean, is the Thai at the moment a bit of a sleeping tiger? He's got more to offer, hasn't he?
Oh, much more to offer. Again, the Thais always start slow. Round 1, round 2, slow. Then the last 3, they go very hard. He'll pick it up a bit in this round.
But a great start by Ronnie Green.
Oh, good. The left thigh of Sombat is very red and beginning to swell. So Ronnie has landed good kicks, both to the inside and the outside of that left leg. He scored well. I think Sombat's a bit more concerned than he's letting on by his expression.
Well, one of the feature of Ronnie's fight, he's coming back every time the Thai attacks. He comes right back at him.
He's doing a wonderful job of hitting last and hitting in combination. The Thai backed him into the corner and delivered a powerful kick. Ronnie did block it, but it was still a jarring blow. Master Toddy in the corner. Ronnie Green is yelling for him to use the elbow. They must have spotted something, an opening somewhere for that elbow. We'll see if we're looking for Ronnie to try it.
Well, Ronnie must be puzzling the Thai just a little.
His footwork and defense and his speed. Good kick by Ronnie Green. A good kick to the hamstring, the back of the leg of Sombat. Ronnie Green is landing very well to the legs. There it was again, a big blow. That was a telling blow to the leg. And that leg's getting redder and redder, Keith.
He's riling him. He's really upsetting him.
Yep. Good catch. He's doing a swell job of catching the leg and then kicking the other leg. And Sombat also has swelling about the right eye. There's a left.
30 seconds to go and yet another good round by Ronnie Green. And a more good counter hitting.
They have walked right into a fighting tiger and Ronnie Green. And there was the left again. A beautiful left punch. He's found a target on the left eye. I'm sorry, on the right eye with that left punch. A very cool, calm, and collected Ronnie Green. Working like a surgeon in there. Nice move. Sombat did land a good kick, but Ronnie swept the leg out. And I think got the better of it. That's 2 rounds for Ronnie Green. Here we have the replay from round 2. Ronnie again working the hand combination and then downstairs fought with the foot, landing good on the thigh. And that thigh, I don't know if you can see it on television, but it is red.
Well, can Ronnie keep it up? That's the $64,000 question.
Yeah, surely. His stamina is good. The Thai will come out much stronger now, much stronger in round 3.
He lost the first 2 rounds. Well, that's the big test for Ronnie.
He does. He's coming straight forward. And he caught a knee from Ronnie, a good knee to the body by Ronnie Green. A left punch, a beautiful left hook punch by Ronnie Green. And a kick upside the head. And the more the Sombat charges, the better it is for Ronnie Green.
The crowd really getting behind Ronnie Green now. He's got
the crowd worried into it. Good throw. We'll see who got the better of that. Ronnie needs to be ready to shoot the elbow now as he moves forward with his hands in front. And there was the left elbow. It was blocked a bit, but that's the weapon to use as they just walk in like that. Ronnie,
it's getting really rough now, Dale.
Certainly is. Certainly is. Ronnie's the only European on the card tonight experienced enough to use the Thai's own weapons back against him, the elbow and the knee.
A referee having trouble separating them.
Looking for a left elbow from Ronnie Green, and there it was. They lock up. Sombat doesn't seem to be as skilled with the knee as some of the earlier Thais we've seen. He doesn't seem to be quite as skilled using the knee as a weapon. And yet Ronnie's better at defending probably too.
And yet he's the International Federation champion.
True.
But what a fight by Ronnie Green.
He's performed almost perfectly thus far.
One minute to the end of the third round, and Ronnie Green must be ahead on points, if only marginally. Terrific fight by him.
It's anybody's round at this point. Anybody's round here at this point, I would say. Neither man's dominated the third. Sombat's certainly the more aggressor, but he hasn't been able to land effectively on Ronnie Green. Good punch.
Good right hand by Green.
Oh, another right.
Tremendous stuff. He staggered him. The Thai's looking anything but happy about this.
That's true. I think it's Ronnie Green's good defense has allowed him to use his hands and score well where the other guys have failed.
Another good round. I mean, the Thai wants to pull in the points, and he's waving his arms about, but surely Ronnie's still shading it.
I think Ronnie Green has controlled the action through 3 rounds. I have him ahead, and he's done so well on the defense and fought well in combination.
Excitement here, Dale. Great tension, because at last in the 4th contest there are hopes of a Western, a British win.
Certainly Ronnie Green has done well. We have him ahead here. We don't know how the judges have it, but we feel Ronnie's is leading the fight and done very well. Things heat up right away here in round 4.
But Sombat's bound to go at him in these last 2 rounds.
He certainly has to. But I think that the more aggressively he comes, the easier it's going to be for Ronnie to score if his stamina holds up. A good throw. Ronnie has not allowed the Thai to use any tricks in this fight thus far. He's countered him well.
Referee Blackridge having a hands full in this fight too. Sombat trying to come back hard now. He's only got a round and a half to do it in.
That's true. He's looking very offensive in the face, very psyched up, but he's also getting hit. Ronnie stays cool. Good punch combination.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to pretend he's not hurt.
Yeah, well, Sombat can wave his head. No, it didn't hurt, but it certainly did score. As evidenced by the redness on the face of Sombat as Ronnie is dominating the action here in round 4. Literally picking the Thai apart. Scoring cleanly, very cleanly. Ronnie's at ease in the ring and doing well.
And Dale, what you were saying in the earlier bouts, what Ronnie's doing is using his natural aggression through his gloves. He's going forward all the time.
That is correct. And look guess it's Ronnie Green pressing the action now as things have turned in round 4. Sombat came out so forcefully, but now he's the one with his back against the ropes.
1 minute in the 4th round of this enthralling contest with Ronnie Green of Manchester calling the shots at the moment.
You can really see the damage on the right side of Sombat's face from Ronnie's left punch.
The crowd at Edmonton really behind the British boxer. Sombat trying to throw everything at him.
Another good left by Ronnie Green. I don't know that Sombat is as tired as he is, maybe confused as to why he can't score. Ronnie Green is virtually pitching a shutout defensively.
Well, I think what's happening is Sombat's throwing his best shots at Ronnie, and they're not doing anything.
That's correct. Ronnie Green is on the verge of becoming a hero in Britain.
I think he's winning the psychological battle as well.
Indeed he is, and there's the end of round 4. I say another solid round for Ronnie Green.
So Ronnie Green, 1 round, 3 minutes away from a great victory. Well, Dale Cook and I make Ronnie Green on course for a famous victory. The judges, 3 of them, 2 Brits and 1 Thai, so anybody's... look at the way Ronnie's going in there. 3
Here
minutes.
Comes Ronnie Green with a packed house of British fans here behind him.
Pandemonium in this round as Sombat throws everything in to try and salvage it. We make Ronnie Green ahead. And Sombat's going wild to try and bring this back.
Yes, a beautiful throw by Ronnie Green. I think, by the way, Sombat's come out. He must know he's behind.
Going in like a wild man, Sombat. He's got to knock Green out to win this. And what a roar will go up at the end if Ronnie Green does get it.
Indeed. Another beautiful throw. Ronnie Green, the fighting gentleman. Sombat seems to have slowed a bit now.
Well, he came out like a whirlwind,
Yeah,
but again,
truly.
Ronnie's nonplussed him.
And as you said earlier, he always seems to be able to get in the last blow. Ronnie Green always seems to land the last technique. He's only about a good combination for Ronnie Green. Only about 2 minutes away from a tremendous victory, at least as far as we're concerned. Of course, our vote counts for nothing. It's up to the judges. But unofficially, we have Ronnie Green way ahead at this point.
We've had 3 victories by the Thais. It would be a great thing for British Thai boxing if Ronnie Green could do this. The crowd setting up the chant of Ronnie, Ronnie.
And he comes on. Notice that the Thais, oh, a beautiful exchange. The Thais seem to start every fight with the gum shield in, but by the time they get to the 3rd round, it's gone. They don't feel they want it or need it.
45 seconds left, and surely Ronnie Green, when the judges have deliberated, will have his hand raised aloft if he can keep out of trouble for 40 seconds.
Ronnie needs to watch out for the grab, because it only takes 1 knee to the face.
I think Sombat's blown his fuses now.
Certainly. He's on the verge of defeat. Everyone can feel it in this packed arena. And when the bell sounds in this 5th round, everyone in Picketts Lock Center is going to go to their feet as they feel their man is on the verge of a great victory.
What a finish by Green. He's finishing. We're coming to the end of the contest, and what a roar will go up.
There it is.
That's it. What a fight.
We have Ronnie Green, the winner, at least on our scorecard.
Well, I don't think anybody wants to wait for the judge's decision, Dale. But what a great fight by both men. Well, a really sporting finish to a great contest.
Indeed.
Oh, well, the judges scored a draw. Now, that is an amazing decision, Dale. Really, that is a staggering decision, and the Hall don't like it. How on earth that could be scored a draw, I do not know.
A terrible decision, in my opinion. A terrible decision. Ronnie nearly shut him out the last 3 rounds.
I don't think that decision will go down well. Everybody in the Hall is convinced that Ronnie Green won it. The 3 judges, 2 British, 1 Thai, have scored it a draw, but how on earth they came to that decision, Dale?
Keith, I'm terribly disappointed.
A lucky man to get a draw.
Terribly disappointed. Even though 2 of the judges were British, it is to be said that all 3 judges were, should I say, hired by the IMF, the International Muay Thai Federation. And as to whether that had any influence on how the bout was scored, I can't say. But
by a coincidence,